In this video, I'm going to show you one of my favorite things to do, which is how to smoke beef ribs in a drum smoker. So we're going to get started with setting our smoker up. We'll be using the Bronco 2.0. So we're going to open it up and bring our charcoal basket out. And then we'll get around 3 kilos of briquettes in there. We'll even out that pile. Then I'll bury a firelighter in there, light it up. Then we'll push that charcoal basket back in and open our lid. Now, while our briquettes are catching light, we're going to prepare our beef ribs. We're going to be using a 3-bone rack. As you can see, there is plenty of marbling in there. This rack looks absolutely awesome and it doesn't need any trimming at all. So we're just going to get it seasoned straight up in our beef bounce rub. Now, don't forget to season the edges of your beef ribs. Once that's done, these are ready for the smoker. And once your briquettes have caught light and are burning nicely, you can shut your fire access door, shut the main lid, and then open up both of our vents to bring our temperature up to around 275 Fahrenheit or 135 Celsius. And once the smoker's up to temperature, we'll get some smoking wood on. I'm going to be using 2 chunks of cherry wood, which goes amazing with beef ribs. After that, we can get our beef ribs on, and then I like to set my intake vent to around almost closed. And now we'll let these beef ribs smoke away. All right, so our beef ribs have been smoking away for about 2.5 hours, and these are looking absolutely incredible already, but we've still got quite a few more hours until these are going to be ready. So we'll shut our lid and let these keep smoking away. Now it's getting close to lunchtime, and I've just picked up this beautiful ribeye steak. Now, when I'm choosing a ribeye steak, I like to look for one with a big spinalis like this one has. So you guys are lucky. You're pretty much going to get 2 videos in one, because I'm going to be reverse searing this ribeye steak as well. All I'm going to do is season it up in our beef bounce, and I've also tied some butcher's twine around it just to help keep its shape. And now our steak's all prepared. We're going to get it on our smoker next to our beef ribs. And now we're just going to let our steak smoke away until it reaches an internal temperature of around 48 degrees Celsius or 118 Fahrenheit. I reckon it'll take around 45 to 60 minutes to get there. So while that's happening, I'm going to show you the chimichurri I make when I just want something quick and easy. So in a little bowl, we're just going to use some chimichurri dry mix. The one we're using today is from TKC, or Toad's Kitchen Cupboard. And we're just going to get some of that into a little bowl. We're going to use around the same amount of olive oil and a good splash of red wine vinegar. Then we'll give it a good mix. And now we'll let that sit until our steak's done. Now, I actually love this chimichurri just like that, but some people will add some fresh parsley or garlic plus some salt and pepper. It's completely up to you, but I just recommend having a taste as it is and then leveling it up as you wish. All right, and after about an hour, I reckon our steak has hit temperature, just a touch over 48 degrees Celsius. So let's get this out and onto some foil to rest for about 10 minutes. All right, now our pan's ready. We're going to get some Wagyu beef tallow in. Then we'll get our steak in, and to help it get a nice crust, I'll use a steak weight as well. Now we're going to sear that for about a minute on each side. And we'll sear off those edges as well. And because our steak's already had a rest, we can cut that string off and slice our steak straight up. And as you can see, that is absolutely perfect. That's so good. You get a nice subtle smoke flavour, and the crust from that stainless steel pan is amazing. Then that chimichurri just tops it all off. All right, and after almost 7 hours, these beef ribs are done. These are probing like butter. And we're right around 98, 99 degrees Celsius or 210 Fahrenheit internal. So what we can do is get these out. And as always, I've just got a cheap set of gardening gloves on under some nitrile gloves so I don't burn my hands. We'll take these out the smoker, and I'll get these beef ribs onto a few layers of good quality foil. And now I'm just going to get a couple of tablespoons of Wagyu beef tallow on over the top of these beef ribs. Now I'll wrap them up nice and tight so they can rest. Now with beef ribs, they are extremely forgiving. You can almost slice them up straight away and they're going to be completely fine. But if your beef ribs are done and you want to eat pretty quick, try and let them rest for at least half an hour like this, or if you need to let them rest longer, you can always transfer them like that into an esky or an oven set at 70 degrees, and they can rest for 4 to 6 hours or even more. But for now, I'm going to let our beef ribs rest for a little while, and we'll come back to slice and serve them. All right, now before we slice these up, if you've enjoyed this video, make sure you've subscribed to our channel so you don't miss our next videos, and feel free to give the video a like as well. And don't forget our beef bounce, the drum smoker, and much more is available on our website at lowandslowbasics.com.au. But let's slice these beef ribs up. Look at the texture on that. So juicy as well. No matter how many times I smoke beef ribs, I still get excited. Oh my God. It's one of the best bites you can have in barbecue. All right, now I'll show you how I'm gonna serve the rest of this one. All right, so we're gonna slice this into 4 strips, and then on a flour tortilla, I'm gonna go down with some avocado, some of that beef rib, some diced pickled onion, chopped coriander, and a squeeze of lime. How good does that look? You got some nice creaminess and freshness from that avocado. Obviously that super rich beef rib, and that pickled onion, lime and coriander just cut through everything perfectly. And I know I'm going to cop it in the comments, but for any leftover beef ribs, I'm just going to put them in a vac seal bag. And I'll vac seal them up. And now I've got a couple of beautiful smoked beef ribs I can use whenever I like. Well, that's the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one.